Okay, we're going to group together the next three brachas in Birchas Hashachar. As we said yesterday, these three specifically have a different ma'mokim, a different makor and source for. So let's go through them. We've got Shaloi Asani Goy, Shaloi Asani Oved, and Shaloi Asani Isha, or for the women, Shasani Kitsoinei. Okay, we'll try to explain both of them. So the basic idea is like this. We have a famous machloikes in the Achronim. What are we thanking Hashem for in these specific brachas? It's very interesting because the rest of them, we have a very easy time identifying what are we thanking Hashem for, right? We'll speak about it, but Zokev Kefufim is pretty easy, Pekech Ibim is pretty easy, right? We'll talk about them obviously, but those are simple. Most of them, they're pretty much all simple. These three, Shaloi Asani Goy, Shaloi Asani Oved, Shaloi Asani Isha, or Shaloi Asani Katsoike, what are we be'etzem thanking the Rabbeinu Shalom for? So there's a machlokes in the Achronim. What are we thanking Hashem for in these specific brachas? The Bach comes along, and the Bach says that we are thanking the Rabbeinu Shalom for having not made us a goy, or a woman from birth, or an eved, right, which we will get to. In other words, Chazal tell us, the Zohar brings it down also, that when a baby is born, the Rabbeinu Shalom sends a malach to place the neshama inside the newborn body, and every neshama could have theoretically ended up in the body of either a goy or an eved, or a woman, for a man speaking, for example. And therefore we thank the Rabbeinu Shalom for allowing us to be in the body that we are number one, not a goy, not an eved, or not a woman, or shosani konsonu, which we'll get to in a moment. That's according to the Bach. The Mogen Avram and the Shulchan Aruch Harav wants to say that we're thanking the Rabbeinu Shalom for the very fact that every single day we get our neshamas back into our specific guf. In fact, the Torah brings down that in the lashon of the bracha Shaloi Asani Goy, we are basically thanking the Rabbeinu Shalom for choosing us specifically from all the other nations. And that is a very, very big yesod. The Chofetz Chaim, for example, famously, right before he made the bracha of Shaloi Asani Goy, would pause, would stop. He would look into him, like think for a moment into himself, and he asked himself, right, thinking, is there anything inside me that's goyish? Is there anything inside me that belongs to a goy? No. And then he continued. And then he said, Shaloi Asani Goy, making sure that he was fully Yiddish and fully Yiddishkeit and connected to the Rabbeinu Shalom, right? When we don't want any part of us to have any shaykhs to a goy in that case. And we should have be'etzem a lot of hakaras hatov to the Rabbeinu Shalom for allowing us to be created, b'tselem Elokim, in Hashem's image, and to have given us a Yiddish neshama. And we are, as we know, the Am HaNivchar, we are the chosen nation. The Rabbeinu Shalom has chose us specifically over the other nations. And we are very happy, and we give thanks to the Rabbeinu Shalom, Shaloi Asani Goy, that we receive the Torah, that we have a Rabbeinu Shalom, and we are his people. That's what it is, right? The Mishnah in Pirkei Avos and Perek Gimel, Mishnah Yodalet says very clearly, Chavivin Yisrael Shehein Bonim Lamakim. How chaviv klal Yisrael, we are bonim lamakim, we are the Rabbeinu Shalom's children. When we say the bracha in the morning, Shaloi Asani Goy, we should be proud to be who we are. And that is the hakaras hatov that we're giving the Rabbeinu Shalom specifically at this time. The Bach has a very interesting question. I want to address this question. And he says, think about this, by the way, I'm not sure how many people really thought about this specific question when they make the brachas. And he says, all the other brachas of Birchas Hashachar, we are thanking the Rabbeinu Shalom for something positive that he has given us, right? For seeing, for being able to stand, v'chole, right? Right? Specifically. Why over here did Chazal not formulate one bracha? Baruch atah Hashem, sha'asani Yisrael. In a positive way. Why don't we say, thank you Hashem for making me a Yid? Why are we thanking Hashem in one of the only brachas, Shaloi? Shaloi Asani Goy, Shaloi Asani Oved, Shaloi Asani Isha. Why is it specifically these three, and it's specifically Shaloi Asani Goy, which could have been very simple, it could have been written in the positive way, thank you for making me a Yid, thank you for making me a man. Why is it written in this way? That's the Bach's kasha. And the Bach answers that had they formulated the bracha in the positive, then you would have been able to say one bracha, right? Because Yisrael automatically, right, excludes not only goyim, but also excludes servants right? Because Yisrael is generally a free person in that case. And therefore the purpose of Birchas Hashachar is to try and express our hakaras hatov, our gratitude in every possible small, minute, good detail. And that, by the way, is a lesson in gratitude. It's a lesson in hakaras hatov to the Rabbeinu Shalom that we say and we try to express ourselves in every possible way. And that, by the way, is a lesson in general. And we start our day not looking at just one thing, Sha'asani Yisrael. Thank you, Hashem, for making me a Yid. But thank you for not making me a Goyin. Thank you for not making me a woman. And thank you for making me an Eved. We want to look for every small detail. And that's the message when it comes to gratitude. Just to go for a moment on Sha'asani Kirtzonai for women that make this bracha. So it's interesting, right? I know that there are many out there that say it's not fair, this is not right, or what's going on. So it's not what people think it is. Sha'asani Kirtzonai means, as we know, that women, as we know, are potter, they're exempt from many, many mitzvahs. And there are different natures of men and women that specifically obligate men in many more mitzvahs, specifically ones that are time-bound, right, as we know, as Pashat. And the specific reason is because men require those mitzvahs to elevate them and make them closer to the Rabbeinu Shalom, whereas a woman doesn't need it. So it's actually, if you think about it, it's more of an insult on the man that he has to make it than a woman, right? Simply because for a woman doesn't have to put on tefillin to feel closer to Hashem. A woman doesn't have to put on tzitzis or put on a yarmulke to remember Hashem's existence in the world, because a woman is naturally more connected, right? I tell this to boys when they go on shidduchim, that you're going to marry a girl and you want a girl that's slightly more from than you. What do you mean? I don't want a mashkiach? No, you don't want a mashkiach, but a woman are generally more in tune to Yiddishkeit because they work with emotion, and therefore they're naturally closer to the Rabbeinu Shalom. And therefore what we're saying over here is, by men, that by their nature they require more mitzvahs to bring them closer to Hashem. Women are automatically closer to Hashem, and therefore they don't need corrections and ways to elevate them by doing mitzvahs, which is what men need in that case. And therefore what they are saying is, Sha'asani Kutsona, you made me according to His will, which means that women don't require the mitzvahs that men do in order to serve the Rabbeinu Shalom. So these are the three mitzvahs. Again, I think the main message is, number one, we are the chosen nation. We are Hashem's people, and we should be thankful that HaKadosh Baruch Hu chose us specifically as His nation. And also we learned the lesson of gratitude to look for every small, minute detail. We'll continue tomorrow.